Hello, this is Danny. Welcome to a whole nother awesome video. Today, I thought I would give my thoughts on, what I think Apple should do for the future, since the new iMacs haven't been announced yet, and the new MacBook Pro just came out. And basically, on the new MacBook Pro, they dropped the SD card slot, which a lot of people are complaining about. But personally, I think they dropped that SD card slot because Apple is trying to be all about the Lightning port now. They want you to buy Lightning port products, and we all know that Apple has already created a Lightning port SD card reader that plugs into the back of your Mac. So this is just a way for them to make more money. It's not about evolution as it is about you going out and buying more Apple products. For example, they're dropping all kinds of things, in Apple products, and you're going to have, people are having to go out and buy, disc readers and SD card readers, and that's basically what Apple's becoming because they want to become a Lightning port that's what they want to sell you, basically. And the more Apple products you buy, the more money they're going to make, right? And I did see the new MacBook Pro, and I'm actually very impressed with that. I think that the bar at the bottom is really cool that you navigate with when you're doing like Final Cut Pro stuff or whatever. It looks really amazing. But in this video, I really wanted to tell you guys what I expect Apple to do in the future for what they should do next. And basically, I thought about this, and I think that Apple should make 4K iTunes. I've been talking about this for a long time. Roku already has 4K content, and Apple didn't embrace it. They just made an announcement that they're making a new TV app. Well, that's good, but we want 4K iTunes. There's no point in going out to buy a 4K iMac, a 5K iMac, unless you can watch 4K content, right? Otherwise, there's no point. So, my big message here to Apple, and what I personally think, is I think that they should make a 5K iMac that can run 4K iTunes. They should make an Apple TV that runs 4K content because that's what Apple's becoming. They have these fancy screens. They have more color and real estate now for all their products. Now they need to come out with 4K iTunes. And that's what I'm saying. And not only that, but I really hope that they don't drop the SD card slot on the new iMacs that are eventually going to come out, that they should have announced at the presentation for this year. But a lot of people on the internet are saying it's going to come out in 2017 basically. But if Apple is out there, please make 4K iTunes. Make your computers more powerful, and I mean like the new iMacs. Make this standard model, have i7, just like the MacBook Pro. We need a new launch of the iMac. We need standard Intel i7. We need a better graphics card, and we need to have these computers be capable of running, 4K video games, as well as we need content. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but you can't run 4K Netflix on a 5K iMac because it doesn't work on a 5K iMac. That's a big problem. How are people supposed to watch 4K content when we're limited to only watching 4K content on YouTube? That's not good. And that's why we need 4K iTunes. Apple needs to have 4K content. You can't just come out with something that is a really high quality of something and not have content. I mean, it's one thing, not to basically have anything. I mean, they have applications where they can edit things in 4K. the 5K iMac gives more real estate, but it doesn't offer people content. And what Apple needs to do is they need to make a machine that is powerful enough to do 4K gaming, as well as they need to offer content to Apple users. And that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying what Apple needs to do is stop so much focusing on the applications and focus on the content. And that's what Apple needs to do. So they need to make 4K iTunes. They need to make the new iMac capable of doing 4K gaming. And that's what they need to do. And they need to come up with some more reasonable prices, because the prices are getting crazy insane. But Apple's never been about good prices, you know. But I really think that they should not drop the SD cards a lot. And the new iMac, now they might do that. Hopefully they don't. But, you know, it's becoming like that. And I really hope they don't drop the headphone jack and the new iMac either, like they dropped it in the iPhone. I hope we don't have to get an adapter to listen to, you know, whatever with that. But I personally don't have that problem, because I use a USB headphones, and there's also Bluetooth headphones and stuff like that. I don't really plug in my headphones and the headphone jack, but you know, it's just nice to have that there for an option. And it's nice to have, you know, the SD card reader on the back of the iMac for an option, because a lot of photographers use iMacs. That's really what iMacs are designed for, is filmmakers and photographers. But they need to get into a new market, which is the market of entertainment now, because more and more people are buying 4K TVs. If you have a 5K iMac, you're going to want to watch some content, not just your own content that you're going to make on your camera if you're a filmmaker, or look at really fancy pictures that you took of, but you're going to want to experience entertainment on it, because iTunes is a big part of the Apple ecosystem. And being able to not only watch 4K content that you've made, but also watch 4K entertainment that's been made, is going to be a major priority for Apple in the future. Hopefully, this will, you know, happen. And, you know, this is my message to Apple. Please don't just go after making great applications like Final Cut Pro, but go after the market that really needs you, which is entertainment. If you're going to bring something to the table, bring something new to the table. And Apple TV is in dire need now of 4K content, especially now that Apple has partnered with LG to come out with a 5K display that you'll be able to plug through Lightning port, which is pretty amazing that Apple actually partnered with LG to make that display to plug up to a MacBook Pro. Now you can plug a MacBook Pro into a 5K LG Apple display. That's pretty amazing, right? And it's, you know, OLED, right? But I'm saying that what Apple needs to do is, with their new 5K iMacs, is they need to offer content, you know, as well as they need to make this the all-in-one machine. We need to have a machine capable of running 4K gaming out of the box. We shouldn't have to upgrade our graphics cards. They should come with graphics cards capable of running that. You shouldn't have to pay an extra $200 for a better graphics card so you can do 4K gaming. It should come with a graphics card capable of doing 4K gaming, and that's what we need in the new 5K iMacs. We need a more powerful machine with a less insane price tag that's not insane in the membrane, if you know what I mean. And that's what Apple needs to do. They need to offer us that. And, you know, also, you know, what I would really like to see is if the new iMacs came with a special keyboard where you could actually see the same things that you see in the MacBook Pro, like with the light, the light switch, where you can actually go through the video and edit and stuff. Now, if that was a keyboard that you could actually plug into your 5K iMac, that would be really amazing, right? And that would offer us something new to do with the 5K iMac. And that's something I really look forward to, that I hope Apple is going to do. And that's the only thing that I've been put off by buying a new 5K iMac is, number one, there's no content to watch on a 5K iMac if I buy one, unless I make 4K content. And that's not going to happen for a while, because 4K cameras are insanely expensive. But if I'm going to buy a 5K iMac, I want to watch some 4K content on iTunes. I'm sure that all of you out there that want to buy a 5K iMac want that as well. And also, I kind of want to play, video games in 4K if I'm going to pay all that money. And I feel like even like the base model should be powerful enough to handle 4K gaming, not just the next model up, and it should come with an i7. And the new 5K iMacs, I really hope that they don't get rid of the Fusion drives, because I noticed in the new MacBook Pros they got rid of the Fusion drives, and now it's insanely expensive if you want to get SSD memory in basically your machine, right? I mean, now they're going to charge you like $1,000 for a gigabyte. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's in Canada. That's like in Canada prices, but that's crazy that they would charge you like that much money, to upgrade your memory. And the Fusion drive was a cheaper option for everybody in the Apple community to use, to have a lot of memory, you know what I mean? And I think that they need to come back with the Fusion drives. Hopefully they have the 2 gigabyte Fusion drives in the new 5K iMacs, and hopefully they're more powerful. And I'm hoping that they don't make us, just get, the flash memory, and they limit us to that, where we can't get Fusion drives in basically the new 5K iMacs like they do with the MacBook Pros, and I think that was the biggest problem. So that is what I want in the new 5K iMacs. I know it's going to take probably a little while for 4K iTunes to come to the market, but if they could launch this thing with 4K iTunes next year, if they could have a 5K iMac capable of doing 4K gaming just like you can do on a PC, that would make it worth it to me to actually purchase that product. And hopefully it has an SD card reader on the new 5K iMacs that are going to come out. Otherwise, we're going to have to either buy a Bluetooth Apple SD card reader, which we know is going to come out because of the MacBook Pros, right? They all want to be wireless now. Or a lightning port, SD card reader, right? That Apple has already created. I think they planned this out a long time ago. Anyways, that's my thoughts on what I think the new 5K iMac should be. Leave your comments down below what you personally think the new 5K iMac should be. And have a great night, everyone.